Hello everybody, I'm coming to you to share some news about the JavaScript SDK v7 release. V7 has been in the works for a very long time and we're excited to finally share some wins. This update is all about bundle size. The issue you see on the screen was open in 2020 and has about 100 upvotes. So it seems bundle size is pretty important to the community and therefore it is to us. There have been some good initiatives in 2019 for v5 of the JavaScript SDK to drive down bundle size. However, this is an ongoing fight because every time we ship new features, bundle size creeps up again, and we need at some point a big initiative to drive it down again. To reduce bundle size, we came up with three main initiatives. The first was about simply refactoring code so it ends up being a little bit smaller. The second initiative was about changing how the SDK is built, as there are also some wins to be had there. And the third initiative was about enabling users to eliminate dead code from the SDK. Dead code means code that is never run in an application. For example, if users don't have tracing enabled, they also don't want to ship tracing code in the SDK. We knew some of the changes required to drive down bundle size were going to be breaking for existing users of the SDK, so we declared a new major milestone. To make sure nothing actually goes wrong with the big changes we had planned, we decided to invest some time into improving our testing infrastructure. Additionally, we wanted to get all of the non-breaking changes out of the way in a final release on v6, before we did a freeze for v7 where we mostly had breaking changes. So what are the results? The most important one is probably that we managed to reduce the out-of-the-box browser bundle size by about 28%. We're pretty happy with that. Furthermore, if users enable tree shaking in their Next.js applications, they can further decrease their bundle size by 35 kilobytes, which is pretty amazing if your entire app is, let's say, 200 kilobytes. Additionally, users can now use a minimal feature set of the SDK, allowing them to reduce the bundle size to up to 34%. So what did we do to achieve this? Well, we managed to refactor major parts of the SDK to make them smaller and easier to maintain. Starting up with the transport, which will probably hit the hardest with the refactorings, they're much smaller now and even use envelopes. There, we removed an entire concept called backends, which also made the code much cleaner and easier to maintain in the future. Additionally, we managed to simplify the client and also revamp the integration API, which is super important because it now lets customers pick and choose which integrations to use to reduce the bundle size even further. We also updated our build process. We switched to shipping ES6 per default, simply because it's smaller. Sadly, Internet Explorer 11 does not understand ES6. However, we still provide ES5 bundles for customers who still need to support it. Also, we switched to using Sucrase instead of TSC. Sucrase provides slightly smaller output in addition to being much faster. We also have some other wins to share for v7. We cut our CI time down to 12 minutes from 23 minutes, and more importantly, we reduced local build time to 1 minute from about 5 minutes. We're sending trace context now, which is important for dynamic sampling. We added support for custom measurements, and thanks to our contractor Honor, we have React Router v6 support and also Prisma support. Thanks to our contractor Tim, we now have a proper attachments API, which means if you want screenshots, we got them. We've identified very minimal breaking changes for the vast majority of our users, which shows in our great adoption rate. Only 10 days after the release of v7, we now have 3.8k orgs on v7, which is about 90% of orgs which were on the version before. So far, we've only seen very few regressions, and all of that while still reducing bundle size. Last but not least, I want to thank everybody involved in this release, which is the whole web SDK team, our contractors Honor and Tim, Kamil of course, our fearless leaders Vlad and Steven, and I want to thank everybody who helped us dogfood this release. That's it. Bye.